Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and I'm reviewing something in honor of Black History Month. And yes, you read the title and you know exactly what it is that I'm reviewing. Something straight from Pixar and coming straight from the Pixar SparkShorts. Yes, Pixar SparkShorts. Very interesting. I've seen a couple, and yeah, I mean, hey, it's Pixar. I mean, how can you not enjoy something from Pixar? And especially since, you know, them doing a series of short films, yeah, the Pixar SparkShorts, it's amazing, yeah. So, one of the Pixar SparkShorts that I'm reviewing is from Season 1, Episode 11. And yeah, this is perfect to review, and again, reviewing something in honor of Black History Month. Season 1, Episode 11 from Pixar SparkShorts, Self. Yes, Self. Yeah, this, I gotta say, this was good. This was really good. I had been meaning to watch this. In fact, I've been meaning to catch up on watching the rest of the Pixar SparkShorts. I know that I've, like, most notably seen Pearl, you know, that one, and one or two others, and also the one where they did 2D animation, the one with the bunnies, that one. And, you know, because it's interesting that, you know, and with the Pixar SparkShorts, the way that some of their short films are done, you know, and, I mean, that's the thing with Pixar, always wanting to do new things, and in this case, what they've done for some of the SparkShorts is do hand-drawn and stop motion. Now, here's the thing, and if you guys know this, they had already dipped their toes into some hand-drawn animation, most notably with Teddy Newton's short film, Day and Night. Yeah, that's a good short film. And they were this close, at one point, they were this close to doing a full-blown stop-motion film. They weren't going to make it themselves, but they would distribute it. That being The Shadow King, yeah. I'm sure maybe some of you are familiar and aware with the history of what would have been The Shadow King and Henry Selick directing that. And again, like I said, Pixar would distribute it, and yeah, that's another story, and it's a shame, you know, because what happened to it, but anyways. But yeah, eventually, and years later, Pixar would finally do something stop motion. Now, granted, Self is not entirely stop motion. The only thing that's stop motion in this is the titled character. That's it, yeah. Everything else from the other background characters, and the city, the urban city and such, that being completely CG, all except for the titled character herself, yeah. And watching the behind-the-scenes, because, well, after I watched Self, it didn't take me that long to watch the behind-the-scenes, which are in the extras of this short film, and the writer, director, and voice of the titled character, Sarand Huluv, if I'm saying her full name right, maybe her first name a little, but again, you know me sometimes. What she brought to the story, the direction, and with her being the voice of the title character, just amazing. And, well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because her sharing a lot in common with the titled character, because, yeah, the titled character being this black girl from Ethiopia, if I'm pronouncing that specifically right, you know, yeah. And that's where the director and writer of this short film also comes from, and yeah. And the wardrobe that the character wears, and, you know, just trying to fit in this urban city, and people not even paying attention to her, not intentionally, not really, but still, you know, and her trying to fit in and sacrifice herself, you know, to fit in. And, yeah, because everybody around her in this urban city, you know, are made of, like, golden and such, and they have this, like, chime when they tap themselves. But when she taps herself, it's very hollow, and because, you know, she's made out of wood, yeah. Oh, and as always, and can't forget to do this, read the description / the story. A wooden puppet who desperately wants to fit in makes an ill-fated wish upon a star, sparking a journey of self-discovery. Yeah. So yeah, and so I'm basically going back and forth, talking about the short itself and the behind the scenes, because again, just, it's amazing how, the only thing that's stop motion is the title character, and can't forget to mention this, that, like I said, the writer and director of the short film, also voicing the title character, well, Self doesn't have any speaking lines. She does make sounds, just mainly like gasping or maybe being emotional and stuff like that. That's it. But still, it's amazing with what the voice performance that she brought to the title character. It's amazing. When her trying to interact with those, and even when, she accidentally bumped into one of them, it gets everyone's attention. However, because she bumped into someone and she tripped, this caused her to break one of her hands, and her desperately trying to fix it. Later that evening, she's on top of a building, a rooftop and such. But then, because, and as I read in the description / the story, an ill-fated wish upon a star, basically, some bits and pieces, like body parts and such, golden body parts start to fall down, and her replacing each of her wooden body parts from her legs, her arms, hands, replacing them with the shiny golden ones in order for her to fit in. And even when at one point, all that's missing, because she's got everything now, from, her toes to up to her neck, except her face. It's still hollow, it's still wooden, but something does fall from the sky, and because of the direction of where it's falling and such, and, if it's any close to where she can catch it, not even, and thus, she, literally jumps off the top of the rooftop of the building to get it, and, oh my gosh, is she, when she falls, is she gonna break? Thankfully, she didn't, and thankfully, she did get that last golden piece, which being her face, attached, and now everybody's noticing her. But even when she was approaching them, she accidentally stepped and, cracked her wooden face, and yeah, it's a bit emotional. And she decides to, what the heck, I'm not gonna have this golden piece, I'm gonna go back to my old face, this is who I am. But despite that, I have the rest of this still. And, they start to pay attention to her. Good to see. And, yeah, this short film, it's really good. It really is. And more on the behind the scenes, because, some of the Pixar crew who never did anything stop motion, but like I said, and like some of them say in the short film, in the behind the scenes of the making of the short film, they were up to the task and always looking for new challenges and looking for new things to do when it came to animation and stuff like that, even if it was still computer animated. Yeah, and again, that the fact that, Self is the only character out of everything in the short film to be stop motion, and with everything else from the characters and the urban city, everything to be CG, it all looked fantastic, and the stop-motion puppet of Self blended so well with the rest of the environment in the short film. Not to mention, Tippett Studios helped out with this short film, most notably with the stop-motion puppet of Self. Yeah, and by the way, Tippett Studios, for those of you that may or may not know, is the studio that's founded by famous stop-motion animator and who came straight from Lucasfilm, Phil Tippett. Yeah, Phil Tippett, some of his most known works, like, say, Star Wars, like The Walkers, The Rancor, his stop-motion work on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and how he was originally and almost was going to do some stop-motion puppets for Jurassic Park, but that, of course, didn't happen, because if you guys know, you know. Yeah. And poor Phil Tippett, because, he went through depression after that, and it was definitely talked about in the Industrial Light and Magic documentary that's also on Disney Plus. I don't mean to go off on Self, but still, because Tippett Studios is involved in Self, it's acceptable to, anyways. But yeah, Tippett Studios, they did a fantastic job with the aid of doing the stop-motion puppet of Self. Even the character of Self is modeled after the writer and director. Even most notably, her hair and such. It's amazing. And, her commenting on the dress and fabric and such, being the clothing and such where, the character herself and the writer and director come from, Ethiopia, that place in Africa. Yeah, of course. Have to have that right specific wardrobe, and it has to look authentic, that it came from there. Just, you know what I mean? It's amazing. Yeah, I could go on talking about this short film, this 6-minute short film. But yeah, I think I've said all that I've needed to say. Just, yeah. Season 1, Episode 11 from the Pixar SparkShorts, Self, is a really good short film from Pixar, and them doing some stop motion. That's nice to see. The storytelling, the animation from stop motion, computer, of course. The music and score was pretty good, too. The emotion, a few funny moments here and there. Come on, it wouldn't be the same if we didn't have some funny moments and such in Pixar. The thing is, Pixar is a master at bringing us hilarious moments and hard-hitting moments. Yeah, so... everything that went into the short film with Pixar and Tippett Studios lending a helping hand and such, with the stop-motion puppet titled character herself, and with what Sarit Huluf brought to this Spark short. Yeah. Everything about Self is really good. And I'm giving Self, 10 out of 10 stars. Yes, 10 out of 10 stars for Season 1, Episode 11 of the Pixar SparkShorts, Self. And what about you guys? What did you think of the Pixar Sparks short itself? Self. Is it one of your favorites from the SparkShorts of Pixar? Do you think that, this was really good at representing anybody, what the titled character goes through at first? And if any of you that watched the behind the scenes of this, just everything about this is amazing. Yeah, just overall, what do you think of Self itself, and with what I've had to say, my review, and what did you think of my review? Leave comments and give this review video a like, as always. And so, with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of one of the Pixar SparkShorts, Season 1, Episode 11, Self. More review videos are coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward. And I'll see you guys in the next video / review. Take care. Happy Black History Month to you guys. And peace out.